Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jose, and today the video is going to be completely different than anything I think I have done so far. But I'm going to start journaling, video journaling, or I guess vlogging, if you want to say it that way. But it's a little bit different because I'm not expecting to just talk or interact with the individuals because of what I'm going to say. This is going to be a digital wellness experiment. And I am actually running this with other people. And the digital wellness experiment is all about kind of like cutting down your digital life. And it's going to include things like not browsing and like not, looking at social media or not kind of binging on YouTube or Netflix or Disney Plus, things of that nature. Sorry for the quality, the audio quality and the video quality. It's not that great. I only have my iPad right now, so that's what I'm working with. But I hope it works or it does the trick. I hope, And essentially, this experiment is going to run for like 4 months, 8 months, and 12 months. So it's kind of like, if you want to decide to do it with us, I'll be kind of updating the progress for myself and for other people and releasing podcasts, releasing kind of like ideas and releasing kind of like things that you can do to kind of be declutter your digital life and be more mindful and have some digital well-being. Short story about myself. I have had a lot of phones in my journey. iPhones, Androids, Blackberries, European phones that you may probably never heard of, like Yola, the Block phone. I've had Ubuntu devices, very multiple things. Asha OS, Nokia's, all the kind of phones. I'm a phone enthusiast. I love to get different phones, like just to try them out and see what's up with them. But in my journey, I've always wanted to kind of like declutter and like use technology less and less. And I'm to the point where, I don't want to use technology that much. I just want to use it for what's useful. So that brings me to my video today and kind of talking about my journey. So in the past, I've used different phones. I'll show you a couple of them. This is a Block phone, came out in 2018. It uses Android, but it doesn't have the Google App Store. You can just install apps from a different store, and it has monochrome. You can install the Google App Store, but the whole point is not to use it that much. So it has monochrome display, so it's not as attractive for your eyes. You can set that up on your own regular Android and your own iPhone. But this system is made from scratch. Like the design layout, the user experience is different. I don't have it turned on right now. Maybe I'll do a walkthrough later. But it was good. I enjoyed it. But here in the United States, it doesn't work that great. It only works with AT&T and T-Mobile. And even with T-Mobile, it only works on 2G. So it was a little bit frustrating, but it was a great phone. Like the overall experience. And if you're in Europe, I would recommend it. It's a really nice company. I'll probably link it below. So I tried that. I've tried from 2014. This is a device. It's called Yola 1. It's a Finnish company, a great company and great operating system. It has its own OS, and it has also, you can install Android on it. Android apps, that is. Not Android itself, but like Android apps on it. So you can download the productive apps here and have like some of the other apps. It's still in development. But it's only for like Sony devices now, or like the more recent ones, that is. But still, this phone still gets updates from Yola, which is amazing. This is 5 years on the run and still getting updates so far. It doesn't get updates for the Android apps side, but it gets updates for its own operating system, which is amazing. 5 years, that's great support, and I loved it. Again, it works on AT&T mostly and a little bit on kind of like on T-Mobile. But it doesn't work on Verizon. That's what I have right now. So I've been looking for something. I've also used a Nexus 5, not with Android, but with Ubuntu. And I'll show you. There it is. It says Nexus 5 with Ubuntu from UbiPorts. Ubiport's team, great team. They're developing Ubuntu, kind of like not Google, not Apple. If you're like into more security and privacy, this is kind of like a good alternative. Like you can buy this for like $50 and install the Ubuntu operating system very easily. So I've tried that, and I've tried all the different things, all the different phones. I've tried dumb phones and like Nokia's, old Nokia's, Symbian, like things that probably people would not do. But I always find myself in this pickle that it's just like, oh man, like I want to quit it, but like this still has apps, it still has access, it still has a browser that I can go and look into, like and do all of that. But I found, and for the next couple of minutes, I want to talk about this device. It looks super tiny. It is very tiny. This is a 6-inch screen. This is a 5 or close to 5, and this is a 4. And it's extremely tiny. The closest thing, I guess, is like this card right here. It's like a regular kind of size card. And it's very, very, super small phone. And it's called the Light Phone 2. And I really like it because it's very basic. It only has calls, texts, and an alarm. That's it. And you may be thinking like, it's 2019. I want to use all the bells and whistles. But like for me, it's like, if I really want to do that, I just want to have my computer. And I'll explain maybe a couple of details about the experiment. If you kind of want to sign up, maybe comment here or send me a message to my email. I'll put it down below. And essentially this next year, I'm hoping to, use this device. And that's it. And, see how it works, see what are the frustrations, kind of update it here. And I'm going to be releasing another podcast. I have a podcast, is called Disruptive Adventism, but that's more like a religious kind of like, it's kind of religious, and we talk about societal issues and stuff like that. I'll put a link below. Go check it out. But I'll be releasing a podcast that is on digital wellness, and it's not related to religion, not related to anything like that, but it's related to being digitally aware of the hiccups and how technology is trapping us to not live life in the real world, but to be more engaged in the digital world. And this phone has been amazing so far. And pretty much what's going on is that it only has that, right? So like that's the main thing of the device. That's the time. And it has a star because I have a notification. So I have a message from a friend, but I'm going to be showing you like, pretty much the operating system is just that. So when you open it, is this just a bunch of numbers? These are just messages from like automated messaging systems. It has a dial pad right there. Let's see. Yep, right there. It refreshes. It has an e-ink screen. So it's kind of like the Kindle screen. So I can start like, kind of calling. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, right there. I can save a contact. I can call. I can write a message to that person. And that's about it. And that's all I can do. And besides that, the other thing is that, it's super easy and intuitive. So like, I'll show you the kind of like the keyboard layout. So that's like T-Public, so kind of like a service. So they send me a message. Let's say I want to reply. I will hit right here. And after that, the keyboard is on sideways and I start typing. So like, bam, start typing, boom. And then you can erase it. The phone is not without problems. It has a little bit of ghosting, if you know what that is. It's like, it leaves like a residue from the previous screen and, kind of continues that way. The phone also has 3 keys. So it's like the power button. It also has the volume up, the volume down, and then it has a middle key that opens this screen called the toolbox. And you have phone, alarm, and settings. And that's all you have right now. But eventually it's going to have like navigation, hopefully, and music. So very useful things, but not things that are going to keep you distracted. So right now I am on version 48, I believe. And let me go to show you that. Device info, and then cover my number. And there it is, version 48. It's pretty newly released, and I am excited. Like there's like light account, device info, clear phone, These are the settings, like, you have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, you have kind of things like that, airplane mode, notifications, preferences. You can change some of the things and whatnot. But why I like this phone over anything else that I have tried previously, like, I've tried Ubuntu, I tried, like, these things still have apps. These still have like browsers and things that can distract you. This doesn't. It's just a phone. It's a better looking dumb phone, if you will. Like, it's a little bit expensive. I'm not going to say it's not expensive, but I think it's worth it. And I think it's going to help. I'm going to be kind of like releasing more videos about my experience with it, and I hope it helps you. I'll release a walkthrough through the device. The packaging was cool as well. This is the package. So you get to enjoy now. And in the back it says like a phone for humans. So it's a phone for humans, not for aliens, I guess. But it's a great little phone. I'll be updating on my experience throughout this year, hopefully. I'll stick with it. And I hopefully don't get super frustrated because, we've lived on a super smartphone era, but it's not necessarily super helpful. I'll be releasing a podcast, kind of like companion. That's where you'll find more of the bulk of explaining what this works with. This works with pretty much all carriers. I think the only one doesn't work with is Sprint, but it works with Verizon. And I've had great coverage, good call quality. It works. It's really nice, and I've been enjoying it, honestly, so far. So I hope this helps you, and maybe you can go check it out. I'll put some of the links below for everything that I've talked about. And I hope that you also take kind of like a hard look into your experience as your digital life, and that you start taking measures to cut back and spend more time in the things that are meaningful. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.